P1 side. Welcome, everybody. We're jumping in super straight. There was a no intro, no clean cut for the YouTube. It's fine. That's just going to be awful for Doctor. First game already in progress. That's not Shine and Space Boy.
My God, Doctor.
Yeah, we're here, chat. We're in there. We're ready. We're gaming.
Mayo was so consumed with his own content, he didn't let the stream get ready.
Most of it was ready, but here we go. Get the wall splat, charge dust. Best damage you can get there without having the overdrive available.
Ooh, okay, that was a dash forward 2D. Nice.
Oh, wow.
Backdrift BRC makes the anti-air work out as Tilted tried to go for the flip kick stuff. It's not going to work. Red RC is going to close out that first round.
I was a really big fan of that BRC 6P. That is something that you just can't plan for. It just worked out, crushed it. And we're just going to keep seeing, you know, some Ramlethal damage. Rekka not going to connect. That's a toughie.
Yeah, you can see, I mean, Tilted feels comfortable with the stagger game, obviously. I think two interesting things are happening. I mean, one, that was the 6P through the far slash, which was really interesting. That's now the second time that limb has just passed through Giovanna's torso.
Giovanni,
Nice.
we're talking about different games now, Brad.
I've been
ready for
listening
the
to a lot of
Soul
Midwest.
Silver.
Yeah, I've been listening to a lot of Midwest emo, and I don't understand why, but it feels like it must be a rule of Midwest emo that at least every other song you release has to be named after something from Pokemon.
They got nothing else going on with their life, Brad. It's okay.
They probably don't, other than like crying about the Midwest and worrying about where they're gonna get beer and which 7-Eleven is gonna kick them out of the parking lot that evening.
Do they have 7-Elevens? All right, we're getting off topic now, but
In the Midwest?
yeah, Brad, who won that?
God damn, I'm an amateur.
Player 2-1. Player 2-1.
Yeah, thank you. It was player 2. I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure it was Giovanna because we were talking about Pokemon stuff.
All right. Oh, this is such a great round start, too. Oh, doesn't get the heavy, doesn't get the wall splat. And now we get a chance here for PineCone to make the comeback happen. It is Ramlethal, right? Like, you always have to worry about these potential comebacks. They even get the sword pop, but only get the 5K afterward. Hello?
Ramlethal has you in the corner. The damage is binary. You're either alive or you're dead. And you're only alive if they didn't hit you. Okay, the flip kick does end up connecting as a cross-up, just like that. Tilted does have PineCone back in the corner, but okay. We're seeing PineCone struggles a little bit to try to navigate out of the corner, and once the stagger game starts, you can see that Tilted is doing a very effective job at just really staying in the pocket and keeping PineCone on the back foot.
They're varying up their actual button usage a lot, too. So it's difficult for PineCone to get the right read so they can bust out with, like, the 2K or something like that. Because they don't know if it's going to be, you know, a 5S, a 5H, a 2D, you know, 5D, any of that. Like, they don't know for sure what they have to block next.
Yeah, there's a lot of the offense out of Tilted is it's sort of allowed to be a little scrambly. We're seeing a lot of these like 6Ps connecting in weird spots, or just stagger pressure turning into resets as PineCone is just sort of getting smoked out. I like that early 2K after the dash, but now you're still back up against the corner. Throw comes out from Tilted. Just running the game at this point. It's been fairly straightforward. Oh, went for a whip punish.
Nice.
Get a cheeky overhead, but the back throw out of PineCone to steal the corner. This could be huge for them.
Yeah, they get the nice wall break. They had the tension for the overdrive. Choose not to use it, though, so they don't get that safe jump on round start, but they can close it out here now. They got 100 tension, Motobato through the wall. They're going to tie it up one apiece.
Yeah, definitely a stronger performance there, but I still feel as though PineCone is kind of struggling to contend with Tilted on the ground. Giovanna's movement is pretty strong. I mean, she's pretty effective. Just if she is afforded the chance to really dash around and get those dash cancel normals out, it can be hard to get started. So I feel like round start here, you either need to stick out something and read of the forward dash or immediately IAD back and try to make something happen. Or yeah, so I mean a back dash or an IAD there might have been better, but you're just losing out on round start.
Round start can be so crucial, especially with both of these characters, right? 6P. I forget who said it. Well, there's been a couple of mentions of 6P on social media this week, actually. I'm not going to lie. There was one of the VLE players, I think, was talking about or asking, you know, is there a more busted fighting game move than 6P? Which obviously there are. But then somebody was like, it's just an omnidirectional hurt boxless move. It's like, oh yeah, you're right.
Is it hurt boxless? I feel like it just had head invuln, because I know there's the discrepancy between
it's upper
whether
body.
they
So your whole upper body has the invulnerability.
Okay. Okay, wake up buttons coming out of Tilted. Trying to swing this round back. YRC does get baited. We're going to get to go this combo. The next touch is probably going to come with a... Oh, no! You didn't bait the burst? You're telling me you read the reversal overdrive and then you didn't bait the burst?
And then you trade on a BRC sequence that should have gone your way. That YRC hit from downtown. I didn't think PineCone was going to be able to close that out, but they stay alive. Take it to a round 3.
Okay. Nice. That wasn't quite a whiff punish because PineCone was definitely out of recovery by that point, but that one was a punish on the throw, and you can see the strength of this strike throw game that Tilted has brought to the table has really dismantled PineCone's defense.
And I mean, that's the Giovanna game plan, right? Like, she's always trying to push a button, throw you, mix you, just make your life a guess game, right? And it's, you know, in a way, it makes her fairly binary, right? Because she's gonna strike you or she's gonna throw you. She's not, you know, gonna scarecrow PRC overhead underhead you or any of the shenanigans like that some of these other characters get. But like, everything's plus. Her throw is, you know, the same 2 frames that everybody else gets, and you don't know what to do.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely, people talked about like the Street Fighterification of Guilty Gear with Strive. She's probably the best example of that in terms of how easily translatable her game plan is to other stuff, but it's not working out super great here. PineCone gets that early wall break. Positive bonus is going to work out for them. I love that PineCone immediately goes to stagger pressure. Staggering off of that, you know, 6P there, you were going to get to RC, your next block string, and keep the pressure going. Tilted is immediately offensive here in this next round.
Yeah, I mean, they got to keep the tempo on their side. Maybe try and force out some of these more defensive options from PineCone. Not that there's a lot, right? Doesn't have the tension for a reversal, doesn't have a burst. Like, you got a couple faster buttons, but I think your fastest one's still 4 to 5 frames. Like, it's not always going to be working out for you.
Yeah, okay, so this is now set point for Tilted. And you can see, I mean, PineCone really doesn't know how to deal with this when it's at range 0 outside of just kind of mashing out back throw. Now we've got that corner position that we needed. 2K2D. Burst does come out from Tilted, but pushed right back into the corner. The swords are in place. This is a really a spot for Tilted to be in. We're not going to have the damage.
That's tough.
Going for the wall break. I don't know if I necessarily agree with that.
They definitely wanted more damage out of that scenario. I don't think they were expecting the wall to splat that early, because it was literally the RC next hit, you're splatting. Like, that is not what you're hoping for. But they're able to close it out anyway, so you love to see that. They're going to tie it up 2 apiece. So game 1, we're already heading to game 5.
Yeah, I think, so the reason the wall broke the way that it did there was because the previous sequence had already built up a lot of the wall damage. So, you know, you ended up with that 1 hit, and there was already a lot of wall scaling applied. So at that point, it was just any touch was going to do it. I think, obviously, it worked out, so it's hard to criticize. And with the character matchups, I would think, yeah, even if you know, wall break, you're going in with frame advantage. You're Ramlethal, you control the ground game in this matchup. But PineCone has been struggling with that.
Until they get the advantage, right? When they get this corner control, except for the odd 6P, they actually hold it fairly well. They have a block against this 6P demon or something, because they get hit by almost every single one. But now they got that corner control. Great life lead. They blocked the YRC.
All right. Keeping that pressure going. Sword is out. Just lets the explosion come out. And we did not block the rest of the Rekka string. We are on set point PineCone after what seemed like a problematic opening. The alternating into more, you know, 6P themselves and cycling in earlier 2Ks has been working out a lot better here for PineCone.
All right. We do finally get a close slash out of the corner. Actually hits cross up too. That is a huge opening here for Tilted, but they drop the
Oh,
overdrive. And the reversal comes out. Oh, doesn't link together. They got the 2D instead of the 2H, and they're able to close it out with the Rekka.
Yeah, I mean, by the end of that, it was just that PineCone had managed to find enough opportunities to start their own game, which is
Ramlethal, some of the more topper tier characters in the game, according to most people.
I know we all saw that tweet from, I think it was last week, where someone put up their top 8 graphic for a Strive bracket, and it was like 5 Happy Chaoses. I know that absolutely blew up. Oh my god, I love the attempt there. You really still landed on the curse ball? Jeez, that trade was cursed. 5D tap, had the gunshot behind it, so Nova Secto is not going to choose to break the wall because they want to maintain this corner position and get the life lead instead.
Oh, forces the burst out. I respect it. It was either that or you were going to go through the wall. But now you might actually just die. Oh, they drops the combo. Picks it right back up, though.
Yeah, I mean, Happy Chaos, the pickups on some of these spots is super easy. All right, Llama's starting to try to run the offense. Ooh, I love that dash cancel right into the run, but Nova Secto was prepared with the throw tech, and now Nova Secto has that corner control once again, utilizing the dash cancel off of the kick and close slash normals already.
This is really bad, though. They got no bullets, no time to reload. They're back against the wall with Llamas just mashing in their face.
Yeah, this is basically how Happy Chaos loses, right? If you mismanage any of your resources as Happy Chaos, you kind of just get smoked. Even here, like, that's 2 bullets, but all Llamas had to do was block!
I'm going to be honest, though, that back throw was so smart. Kind of. Because if it went wrong, it would have gone horribly wrong. But they know the timing. They know the Rekka strings that most players are opting to. They go for the second part. They don't go to the third part because it's omega negative. But he just took advantage. 2-frame defensive option, got the back throw, gave him the 2 bullets, and like you said, all he had to do was block, whereas it didn't happen.
Yeah, I think 2 bullets and you're up against the corner, like, you can weather the storm of that. You know, with 2 bullets, they can only, you have to deal with 1 high-low mix. Like, they can do 1 tap D into bullet and try to pick up after. If you just block it out, maybe YRC at the right spot, and don't let them cheat extra reloads out, because that's the thing, is if they're reloading 1 bullet at a time, then it's a stagger. If they reload more than 1 bullet at a time, it's your turn, and you need to react to that and check them on it.
Yeah, sometimes, you know, you can put them into that situation with a nice time back throw or a reversal. But right now, you know, we got Nova Secto just completely good on bullet points right now. Oh, and the burst bait. Yeah, I hate to see it. We're going to go coast to coast. Might even get the Deus Ex. Nope. They go for the reset, and tap dust works every single time.
You probably wanted the Deus Ex there because it would have reset your bullets. I mean, I suppose not that we really need it. We even got 2 bullets there. We don't have focus, but this is a damn near an unlosable round. Even calling out the Shadow Clones, letting them get in on the action a little bit, but closing out the round anyway. Yeah, I mean, even without bullets, that was such a strong life lead, and you had bar in the back. There's only so many ways that you could realistically lose that. Nice check.
Yeah, and I mean, it's not like Ramlethal can't do damage, right? Like, she just does a grip of it, but like, you got to get the right starter, you got to get the right sequence, you have to potentially, you know, have the meter for it, you know, whether, you know, you're going into the laser overdrive to get the wall break for, you know, optimal damage, but like, even some of our normals just do chunky damage. Like, look at this. That was a 2-hit combo, and off of the red RC, it hurts.
Yeah, she definitely does a grip. Nice check. Wow, I can't believe off the wall break that Nova Secto had the audacity to dash forward and be like, yeah, I'm going to claim some space. I think this is mine. I'm going to manifest my destiny. And I got to tell you, right now, he is equipped with exactly the same armaments that everybody else seemed to had when they were manifesting their own destiny. This is looking real difficult for Llamas to overcome. You've got burst, but what is it going to do for you all the way over there?
Nothing. It's an unburstable character. Now they got the clone set up. Even with the clone gone, you're just bleeding health, you're bleeding tension. The brain blast.
Oh, nice. I was expecting I expected that it was going to be maybe you pull lasers and force them to spend their bar on FD to try to live through the chip. But no, we don't need no stinking lasers.
Oh, gets the wall hop, the roll through. It's so tough to block. You don't know when that gunshot's gonna come. Deus Ex through the wall. Big damage coming in. It actually kills. Yo!
That ended up a perfect. Okay, I blinked and I missed it.
All
I was
that
like,
hard work the round before. All gone.
Happy Chaos will do that to you. You know, you can work really hard, have a really good round, and then in the next one they just get the right round start off rip, just smoke you and control the set the whole way through. Sometimes it just be like that. And, you know, I can't help but feel like Llamas is getting clipped a fair bit. It's not even just the mix-ups. I feel like, you know, Ramlethal's range is so long. I feel like Llamas is picking spots that are pretty far out to start to try to take their turn. Oh, a little bit too far away for the pickup on the far slash.
Yeah, Ramlethal could feel like she has some long buttons because obviously the swords take up so much space. But sometimes, like the first part of the Rekka or the... I can't remember the name of the move she just did there. It starts with a D, I believe. But like it can feel kind of stubby. The Motobato comes out though. Nice timing. But how you gonna compete with a 2-frame throw?
Right, they should live through this Deus Ex, but this is going to be a tough spot for Llamas to try to swing back from. Nova Secto has all the resources they needed. Catches the backdash with the 6K, and this is set point here for Nova Secto.
Daro. I was right. Started with the D. But yeah, set point against Happy Chaos, especially when you're already down 2-0, feels difficult. Oh, the curse actually went over though, but right, because like you got to win not only the rest of this game, right? You got to take the next 2 rounds basically flawlessly, and then you got to do that again, and then again after that. It's a first to 3.
Curse is still applied. Nova Secto had the life deficit for a second there, but you can see, like I said, Llamas is really, you know, you need to dash and block against this character if you're not in range, but the amount of range that I feel like Llamas feels as though they can compete at is misleading. Although
nice.
we did get the pickup, that was exactly what we needed.
We saw Secto see that the first sword missed. They thought they had the timing to get the reload in. Turns out the second one goes a bit farther. So they got comboed, the sword throw came out, and that was a done deal. But they're still challenging out of corners on these sword explosions, and they jump the reversal.
Oh no. Putting them back in the corner, block the low, clipped by a low on the dash in again. We're just getting loops. No Deus Ex, we want to keep the corner position again. Wow, fast BRC. Wanted to generate a whiff punish for themselves. They're not going to get it.
Oh, they just
The bullets are gone, but Deus Ex is going to pop the wall, and
That's
that
gonna
should
kill.
close out the set.
I think that BRC, they were trying to do the hop back JP overhead too.
Maybe. Obviously, a really strong character in this game right now, but Axel is one of the characters that really can give Zato trouble. So we're going to have to see how comfortable is JazzPanther in contending with this matchup. This is one of those matchups where you kind of sometimes see Zato players trying to do that human torpedo type thing where you get JD into fast RC and just zip across the screen.
I hate Zato. Actually, it's funny that you're talking about the Axel players, because like as you were talking about Zato, the thought came to me that I was like, Axel players in this game are kind of like Vega players in Street Fighter V, right? Like they play a character that like not a lot of people would say is like OP, but has like some solid buttons, some solid neutral. You know, they do things, but like the players that still play this character make him look insane sometimes.
Yeah, I think that's valid. It's a similar archetype, right? You're a limb-centric zoner. Another comparison would be Dalsim, but comparing Axel to Dalsim feels like a dirty word given how strong Sim is in Street Fighter V right now as an offensive character. And speaking of offense, JazzPanther, ooh, Amorphous right off the wall break.
And it worked! He got caught! Oh no!
Sorry, Bigger Bag, the beach is closed.
Tried to push a button. Can't be doing that. That's a fast overdrive. That's crazy.
Well, it travels across the floor, so like there can be variable lead up to when the shark actually comes out.
Yeah.
But I mean, once you get off of round start position off the wall break, especially if you're able to break the wall with an overdrive, it ends up in a decent spot for you to just really press the issue and generate some frame advantage.
Yeah, we're seeing.
A little bit too far away with the 5D.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Bigger Bag's trying a lot of different approaches here, and it's not all, coming together, right? JazzPanther's defense.
Goodbye.
JazzPanther's defense is top tier right now. You say goodbye, but they've ran out of Eddy meter, and they actually choose not to Excalibur. Interesting.
So, they hit Far Slash. I am on the fence about whether that was an execution mistake, because Excalibur is an S overdrive. So I wonder if they wanted to pop it and then didn't get it.
Just got the wrong input. That's fair. That happens sometimes. Actually, that happens a fair amount in this game. We've had multiple discussions about the Soul Badguy execution problem. So I'm sure that there's some other quirks from some of these other characters too. But finally, Bigger Bag gonna get a nice starter, but it's immediately canceled out by the burst.
Oh, went for some tricky left-right with the JD and Eddy in the corner. JazzPanther has a life deficit, but is going to get... Oh, burst is probably not going to matter. Okay, Eddy is back on the table. Mix up. Nice timing on the YRC out of Bigger Bag. Answered by a YRC out of JazzPanther, but we don't have Eddy to follow up in the back.
Oh, command throw, though?
Nice.
That does so much damage. It's so chunky. Sends out the frog. Does it again. Oh. You're still alive, but... Not by much.
If you want to give you 2, this is going to be 3. Oh, maybe not.
I see it.
All right. Oh, we got Excalibur.
We're going to get some claps, but he just gets hit by the drill right after Excalibur.
Yeah. Everybody clap your hands. 2 hops this time. Was not ready. Did not slide to the left. We are sliding into game 2.
Yeah, that's a very difficult position to find yourself in against Zato when you have no burst, no tension, you don't have any meterless reversals, like your buttons aren't 3-framers, you are trapped. And especially when that Zato player then builds up that 50 tension and can get access to the Excalibur refill, I don't see how you win, honestly. Like it really does feel like a checkmate scenario a lot of the time.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Axel, right, you're already a character that, isn't necessarily a character who is strong in dealing with the scramble and being on the back foot. So it really is just a question of you need to manage your resources. And if the resources ended up in a way where you were on the back foot there and there was nothing you could do about it, you lost earlier. Nice 2K2D trade sequence there. Works out for Bigger Bag as they committed a little bit faster. JazzPanther still has the initiative here, but is starting to lose a little bit of space as Bigger Bag is starting to inch out of the corner.
Oh, nice little rinsing into the snail. Oh, they had the hit, but they didn't believe. And I can understand why, right? Like the defense from JazzPanther's been really good. So to just get a raw close slash like that, I wouldn't believe in the hit either.
All right. And that pressure going, wanted to go in behind a pose, but the problem with the pose, if you dash in front of it, a pose isn't going to eat up the hits for you. So JazzPanther feels as though they've earned respect with the pose, but Bigger Bag is still completely willing to check JazzPanther if a pose isn't in the spot that it needs to be.
In 5P, a lot of characters' worst nightmare. We've seen what it can do against the likes of Faust and Milia and Chipp, honestly. It just stalls out that air approach so well, but if you're in piercing range, you gotta be careful, because they will just chuck it at you. That's the mix.
Yep, didn't block the extra overhead, has to spend the burst in order to save their life. That would have been huge too, because off of that wall break, getting positive bonus would have been huge for JazzPanther. The momentum swing would have been massive. Instead, we reset back to neutral. Bigger Bag has bar, so when JazzPanther gets in next, or we just spend it on an RC, force the burst out of JazzPanther, and now we're in a great spot to close out the round.
That was really clean. That was a nice sequence of events there. You saw the push come out there from Eddy. It didn't go for the full oppose. They tried to send it at him, and it was just perfect timing for the jump in. Obviously, you're going to be able to close that into the bomber, especially with the new input. I say new, but it's not new. It's been, I don't even know, 6 months now, it feels like, since the patch. Arxis, where's our fall update? Where's our new DLC character?
I mean, I don't know. We're all just sort of enjoying life and waiting it out. I know there's a couple of updates that I know people are anxiously waiting for. I know the Dragon Ball community was on life support on Twitter today because they're all, still anxiously awaiting news on rollback. But we got rollback here, so we can keep playing. Sorry, Dragon Ball players, my heart bleeds with you. Corner offense starts out from JazzPanther. Nice fuzzy up back to get away from the pressure sequence. Oh no!
No punish though. Stays alive, but how much longer can you stay alive? Just gets hit by Excalibur raw. Luckily it's not a super damaging overdrive, but it takes you to the other side of the wall, gives the safe jumps, gives the positive bonus, refills the Eddie bar, and you gotta do it all over again.
Yeah, the extra overhead in that sequence has now hit twice in a row, so you can see the bigger bag is really prioritizing going back to blocking the low, is probably not necessarily as practiced in dealing with that JS into JD versus 2K setup.
Huh? That's interesting. I didn't think that worked, but baits the burst, gets the huge combo afterwards. I wonder if the overdrive would have killed there. It would have been close for sure, but they just
scaling.
They get the kill anyway, Brad.
Yeah, I think you get the wall break there. You're comfortable with your life advantage, having the tension that you do have, so you can make a pressure sequence happen, and you understand that you're one touch away from closing it out.
The 6Ps coming in from JazzPanther have been really on point too. They've clashed or done damage to bigger bag like 80-90% of the time, and that's another big point of stall, right? Where you not just letting this Axel player just throw sickles at you. You have an answer.
All right, forced to go right into an early leap, but we get a counter hit starter. We're not going to have the bar, so we're not going to get Excalibur for the wall break. Oh, but we are going to pop Among Us immediately. Get some frame advantage off of that.
Yeah, I mean, even if it doesn't work, it's positive frames and the JD to close it out. What an air-to-air. No, how do you expect that? Like, you're not expecting to block that.
It's a read. That was a fantastic read on bigger bag's tendency to sort of try to cover their retreat and reset the screen position back. Like that's what that tool is for from Axel, right? Like it's a way for you to reposition yourself on the screen and feel safe doing it. But JazzPanther, we're going into game 4 now, has seen enough of it that it starts to be like, all right, don't get it twisted. I have answers for your stuff.
The problem is, do the answers stay consistent, or do the adaptions come in, and all of a sudden your answers are no longer correct? Nice little air sequence, trying to keep him at bay. That was a really active cherry bomb. That's actually crazy. You saw how late that hit, Brad. Gets the sandwich going. Excalibur.
Yep. Right, Excalibur. Oh, what a series of setups! Goes under the ground to set up a whiff punish with Eddie Pierce in the back, and then finds the pickup after. Gets the wall break. Positive bonus is going to be huge here, but importantly for bigger bag, none of the resource game was working out there for JazzPanther. YRC has to spend the bar in that way, and now we've spent a fair bit of the Eddie gauge. We're not going to have the damage on the pickup. No, I'm sorry, we are. We had exactly enough Eddie gauge for one more leap, and it is set point for JazzPanther.
Literally just enough Eddie meter. But now, bigger bag, they got to get the answers on the test right. They don't have another opportunity in this set. It all comes down to this. Their head intention. That risk gauge is spending a lot of time in the red here for JazzPanther. It just doesn't seem to matter.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like bigger bag has had a whole lot of opportunities. The risk gauge gets super high, but you've called out how strong JazzPanther's defense is. As I say that, though, clapped by the 5D. Oh, perfect round on the board for bigger bag, staving off the end of the set for at least another round. Wanted to go for the air-to-air, or the anti-air with the leap Rekka cancel, but bigger bag is doing a great job of being active on the screen right now.
That's one of the bigger things you have to do against Zato, right? If you're not moving around, you're immobile. If you're immobile, you're getting Eddie thrown at you. If you're getting Eddie thrown at you, you're probably blocking or you're getting hit. Neither of those are great options for you.
Trying to press forward. JazzPanther can definitely make this happen. You've got Eddie in the back. The next sort of sequence you get started on is going to give you enough tension for an RC.
Oh.
No!
Oh.
The burst gets baited, and Bigger Bag is... I'm not even going to say baited. That was just an unfortunate burst, and the back throw there closes it out, and I love that Bigger Bag had the wherewithal to understand that they needed the blue RC forward drift in order to actually capitalize on that whiffed burst.
All right, so I was wrong then because I saw that BRC and I was like, no, the whole combo's ruined. But they had the damage, so I was wrong, chat. I'll hold that.
Yeah, I think the Bigger Bag just seemed late on the pickup. I think maybe they were uncomfortable with when they were going to be able to move forward after the 2S there. So they BRC forward drifted, you know, just to add a little bit of slowdown to ensure that they were able to pick it up. Or it was a late attempt at a PRC to get the pickup off the 2S, and it just happens to work out that way either way. Point is, we're going to a game 5.
Again, 2 games in a row. Game 5, or 2 sets in a row, excuse me, heading to game 5. It's off to a great start here at the Casa Strive Online. Gets the forward throw, and that Risk is still, once again, in the red. This time it's even flashing.
Trying to let them know JazzPanther is in danger, but has managed to get out of the corner. Has the pickup? No. Didn't want to go after. Wants to wait a little bit longer. Doesn't get the punish on the burst. Wow, that was actually a mistake. What a series of unfortunate errors out of JazzPanther. Oh, no pickup from Bigger Bag, but this is still a great spot to be in. And all of that starts. JazzPanther gets out of the corner and then goes to dash forward into leap and got command grab with the extra forward input, and it just ruined everything.
Now this time, cannot let that happen again, because this is now set point for Bigger Bag. But come on now, 5 dusts. It's always going to work. These puppet characters are so privileged with their 5 dusts.
I mean, let's not act like Happy Chaos can't do it without needing a puppet character in the back. Anyway,
you weren't here last week. I lumped him in with the puppet characters because I was like, his gun's basically a puppet. It covers everything.
Then it's the best puppet in the game. Look, I don't know. There's a character who has a drone. There's definitely ordnance in this game that can be considered a puppet.
Yeah.
But I don't know that Happy Chaos's firearms are it. Trying to press the issue and move forward here is JazzPanther, whose risk gauge is still super high despite being mid-screen, being the aggressor. Wow, that leap picked up from all the way there, and we're going to get the full combo?
Doesn't have enough for an overdrive, but who cares? You just did 60% damage off of a random frog pickup.
Yeah, this is such a stellar spot to be in.
Does that
Tries
work?
to get a little bit cheeky with the left-right.
It does. Not the best conversion because it was super far away, but
Ooh.
What is happening?
I love that. The BRC adds enough slowdown that we get a pickup after. I think that oppose might have been a mistake.
Oh, burst at the last second.
Oh, this could be a real problem, but it's not going to be because 2P works out. JazzPanther closes.
Insanity. It's going to be Zaylon going up against RedThunder.
Yep, it looked like on loading in it was going to be Leon versus Chipp. So both very mix-heavy characters.
Leon.
I think... So Leon, I've always believed that Leon has the capability to play the game much more solid than people give him credit for, and the threat of some of his more wild stuff enables a really strong stagger game that makes his offense, particularly at mid-range, really strong. I know that Chipp's mobility, as well as the buffs to his 5k and his far slash, make his ground game a lot stronger, but I think 2 things are going to give him a problem here. Ooh, actually, I'll say 3. One is, Leon does boatloads of damage, and Chipp has negative guts, so he's just going to bleed. 2 is, Leon has a DP, so...
Stop saying Leon.
Leo, whoa, I'm bugging. When I tell you how early I woke up and how much work has been frying me lately, Jesus.
Look at that damage. Talk about fried. Chipp is taking it to the stratosphere. And it's just run up, gets down low, does the dance, gets the kill, takes game one, and that was super quick. That was as quick as you expect a Chipp match to go.
Yeah, he wanted to make sure it took exactly as long as it took to correct my nonsense. You know what's funny is it felt wrong as I was saying it. I was like, this isn't right. This isn't. Brad, you should pour yourself some more coffee. Something's wrong here.
What's funny is I started laughing at you and you kept saying it still.
Just correct me. Why are you gonna let me step farther out onto the plank? What is wrong with you?
You just kept talking, Brad. You broke the 2-sentence rule.
That's never stopped you from interrupting me before. Gets the cross up here, does Leo. RedThunder trying to press the issue, having the fireball represented here. And there, look at it. It's the strength of that ground game that is making it harder for Zaylon to try to make something happen.
That's tough. Even on the S flash kick coming in there from Leo, like, it should be punishable. Unfortunate that they didn't get one, but look at that pickup. Again, doesn't follow through with the full combo. Fast RC. That's some schmicks. Everybody got hit. And I respect that they threw in the overdrive, because the meter doesn't carry, and we get to see that sick overdrive that we almost never see.
Yeah, Zaylon is okay, gets in here again, but as I said earlier, the difficulty here is, you know, Leo does have defensive choices available to them that can be a real detriment to Zaylon, but I love that Zaylon is really using the mobility that Chipp has to try to press the issue. Also representing like, hey, Brad, don't get it twisted. I have a reversal too.
Yeah, and they're both meterless, so they're always going to be able to rip that out just like that. You cannot whiff throw against this character. They will take you for your entire life. I respect it. Get off of me. I'm waiting for more guard points, honestly. That we've seen that to great success from Leo's recently. No burst until the very end, maybe?
Oh, I mean, yeah, I guess you have to burst. It's the game. Oh, wow. JP into, I'm going to call it air Tatsu, but closes out on that pickup. I have to imagine that was one of those, I know they made the change to how hit stun applies for air normals to allow for more of those types of pickups. And that's exactly the thing there that lets Zaylon close out that round and secure a game for themselves. Going into game 3 now.
Yeah, the JS is actually really strong in those types of situations because it does obviously have a spin, hits everywhere, cannot avoid it. And it's a Gatling, actually. That's insanity. Chipp's
Finding
crazy.
the cross up. Okay. 2K pickup on a back turn.
That's a tough trade to take, though. Like, you're trapped in the wall. DP's out of the 6P. That time gets the punish.
Yeah. I'm going to tell you what is going to happen that is going to spell doom here for Zaylon. If RedThunder finds any degree of confidence to deal with J2K from, like, super jump height, then Zaylon's going to have trouble. Because I feel like virtually every sequence that Zaylon is starting is off of J2K. There it is again. And we've not found the anti-air. It seems like RedThunder, I think the difficulty is it's so high up, you can't see what side you need to be inputting like 6P on. So RedThunder needs to just be downcharging and try to make something happen there.
Yeah, the problem is there's so much horizontal movement on these flash kicks. I don't think it'll work, right? Because even though it's an up-down charge, I feel like it'll send you too far forward. Could be wrong though, but it's also risky because if you just fully on whiff, now you're getting punished again. But gets the wall slump, goes for the cross up, gets it. That was.
I love that off of the wall slump reset actually stayed in the corner after so that they could push back to mid-screen instead of going cross up again and immediately having to engage with the wall slump situation. RedThunder, ooh, wow, had the wherewithal to not immediately jump out of the corner after cornering themselves.
Doesn't get for the full cross up though, so they have to deal with this mid-screen Chipp mix. And I think that ended up being Chipp damage at the very end there.
Yeah, I'm not totally sure. I'm watching on the playback to see. No, I think I'm not totally sure.
I don't know. You're right. Gets the forward throw there into the corner. Sends out the 6K. That's grimy. Gets the 2K2D knockdown. All right. RedThunder still got some stuff. Command grab.
Oh, first time we've seen that. Big damage. Keep the corner going. Up, back, away from the overhead kick. You get no guard crush, my friend. Absolutely nothing else. Momentum burst comes out from Zaylon. Wants to keep that corner position going. Blue
Air
RC
throw?
finds the... No! I thought RedThunder found the air throw.
Zaylon saying, you got command grabs? I got command grabs. And they take the game with it. 2-1 lead so far. So here's the thing. From RedThunder, they're going to this back turn stance a lot. And they're just kind of chilling, right? They're not super active in back turn. They're not trying to go back and forth, corpse hopping. They're just relying on those back turn normals. And the burst from Zaylon there, the tempo one that we saw there, it looked like it was actually the counter shield option coming out of RedThunder. But you can't counter a burst. It's just going to send you full screen away. And you got to get back in. But Chipp's already dashing at you.
Burst comes out from Zaylon here, who gets a corner position after, but this is a good spot for RedThunder to be in. Although, wow, the defensive throws that have been coming out from Zaylon have been huge. I feel like RedThunder...
There it is.
Okay! You wanted guard point. There you are, in the parry stance. Are we going to have the damage to close this out? Red RC?
It'll be close.
Are we going to get enough overdrive? Oh, I think we would have gotten an overdrive at the end there. Made the J2K whiff, but we weren't prepared to capitalize on the whiff. YRC forced the issue back.
Gets the knockdown, but no OTG. Goes for a reach again, getting DP'd. And it could all slip away, even though they only need a pixel. All right, they did some shenanigans of their own, using that air mobility to vary the timing on how they were going to approach.
RedThunder has not been able to contend with the reversals coming out of Zaylon, actually. I talked about the fact that Chipp was going to have to contend with RedThunders, but RedThunder got shut down from them very early, and Zaylon is just so all over the place, as one, often should be with Chipp. Just a wealth of options and overwhelm the mental stack that RedThunder, every time they get something started, the DPs are coming out. Didn't even find the punish on that one.
I think they wanted the Alpha Blade, too. So they got really lucky that there was no full punish on that whiff DP. Baits the burst with just the 2K. So set point now.
Yeah, and what's wild is you didn't necessarily need to do that. You were behind on life. You didn't want to deal with it defensively, but you had our rounds to play around with. Now you're in this awful spot. I sure bet you wish you had a burst right about now, RedThunder.
It'd be pretty helpful, for sure. Does have flash kick though, but the tempoist of bursts into the command grab, they got a little antsy there with their RC, but all right, we got a chance. We got some life. Oh no. Is that done? Are you done? Do you die? Didn't get the second pickup. They could have died, but the second Alpha Blade whiffed. The gravity was too strong there.
Oh my god. Stayed in that guard stance for so long. That's not going to be enough to kill, but it's going to be huge. No, 6P! IAD in just gets absolutely smoked. It wasn't linear. You added a second dimension, but that was of those. So if we could get through those codes and make sure that these players get paid out something nice, maybe it'll go to one of these two players as we load in here for Lapriz versus Jen. Faust versus Nagoriyuki.
That is an interesting one, to be sure. But it kind of depends on the players, right? Like Nagoriyuki, by far and away the best character in the game, but some of these Faust players that we've been having come through the Casa bracket are kind of nuts.
Yeah, there was another character tonight that I believe it was Axel, where you were like, well, the people left playing them, are real monsters with them. Faust is another character like that, where if you're still playing Faust right now, you have really gotten comfortable in a lot of his different situations, to the point that it's, you are probably more comfortable with the matchup than whoever it is you're playing against. Oh, command grab whiffs, a late backdash does afford Jen the opportunity to make something else happen. Oh no, the blood pop.
Yeah, that was unfortunate.
Do the longest
timing.
combo of your life, Lapriz. Okay.
They tried. Ideally, they would have gone with the command grab. That would have, or actually, the fully charged dust could have been insane too. But the fact that they got hit by the blood pop kind of spoiled everything for him. But yeah, Lapriz was tweeting today. I think they Hello? What killed them? What did the damage? How did Jen die?
I'm watching on the playback.
Was
It was the weight.
It was the weight? That did so much damage. Or was it Mini Faust? No, it was the weight.
What's the hammer? It might have been the hammer.
Maybe, because I was going to say, I saw them bounce from the weight and they weren't dead. Does the weight damage apply when you land from the bounce or when you are...
No, so the
it
weight...
was something else.
The weight only does damage if it falls on top of you. It was the hammer.
Huh.
Lapriz does have some pretty good luck when it comes to item throws. But as I was saying, yeah, they were saying that they were playing Zando in a long set earlier today. And they were like, damn, I'm really glad that they're not NA. That was sick. Jen was so ready.
Yeah, that's a comparatively common trick out of Faust players. It seems like Meteors comes in. We don't get a whole lot else behind it. How far is Jen going to push this? We're about to get into level 3 blood. I'm waiting for command grab. Oh my god, it just barely didn't pop.
Instead, they're going to get the command grab. They got the Afro applied. Wasn't English, but here we go. We got some approaches. Gets the knockdown.
Backdash with the bar slash. Oh, the burst whiffs there for Jen. But no, Lapriz goes for a teleport mix-up and ends up cornering themselves. Beyblade, the weight keeps them safe, and the blood pop again. We're not going to get a punish, though. Baseball bat!
Are you kidding me? That was
my god.
Insane. They saw the blood pop. They immediately input the overdrive. They knew that Lapriz thought they had a chance, thought they had the timing down, and they simply did not.
All right, we're gonna get the. I mean, we should get the wall pop off of this. I know it is among the more inconsistent overdrives. We are indeed going to get it. I know they tweaked it.
Yeah, they've fixed it for the most part. But I don't know. Sometimes you just get an awkward interaction, but Red RC, and it's actually ends up being a trade to close out the round.
Right, throw starting out here for Jen. Okay, Lapriz finds not only the gold burst, but is actually able to immediately pick up with a 6H. Has a fair degree of corner control here. Okay, nice check. Not gonna respect too much after that DP. That's something that Lapriz has been doing very well so far, is checking Jen for trying to steal turns in the riskier spots. Like, there's a lot of times where just the threat of a Nago finishing the job on a certain string is what affords the stagger, and Lapriz is really checking that pretty effectively. But as I've said all of that, it's still Nagoriyuki, baby. We're still going to close out the round and get a game on the board for ourselves.
Yeah, I mean, the target combo specifically, or Gatling, or whatever you want to call it, is in and of itself just such a tricky point, right? Because the second hit of it is -7 or 8, but then the third hit is -17. So a lot of times we'll see the second one come out, maybe RC, but you can just skip that part. You can go all the way into the third, and if it works, you get good damage because you then RC, or if it's on block, you just RC anyway, and it's fine. But that was a sick backdash coming in. No burst that time from Jen. Oh no!
Okay. Oh, we're gonna get the horn. We're gonna get pushed right back. 5D. Oh my god, the wherewithal from Jen to try to set up a high-low mix. 2H catches out on the dive kick.
Oh, the burst. I don't understand that burst.
Yeah.
Lapriz.
I don't like it. That was a hard spot to try to dig your feet in and make it all happen. But hey, I mean, you feel the way you feel. I can't fault you for it that much. But you are on the back foot again. I bet you wish you had the burst now. Jen loved that they had their burst, using it to keep the momentum going. They weren't ready with 2H. Was a little bit late on that dive kick.
Gets the bite too, so now they got all that blood drain. And look at that. They're just sending out clone after clone after clone. RC's forward to keep the tempo going.
6H connects. Gets
5K?
some plus frames. Stagger off the close slash works out. All right. Jen gets a game 2 on the board for themselves, staring down the barrel of going up to the winner's side of top 8.
This character's insane. This character's too good. Man, what is this winter patch gonna do to us?
I don't know. I I definitely have shared more than once how wild the changes to Nago into this patch were, and the fact that they had the audacity to buff his far slashes. I was like, you have got to be kidding me with that.
And here we are, still dealing with it quite a few months later. Mini Faust on the board, goes for a spin off screen. But, you know, Lapriz has a little bit of work to do. They had some good starts, you know, round one, game one. They obviously took it, but since then, Jen has been just on point.
Yeah, I think the difficulty here has been, you know, a lot of what you need to contend with against Faust. I spoke about how, you know, the Faust players who are left are going to be the most comfortable with the matchup. But over time, you'll still get a feel for the types of stuff that they're bringing to the table. PRC ends up covering the whiffed command grab. Lapriz is still in a good spot. YRC,
Mini
which are contending with Mini Faust, clipped by the overhead.
No.
All right.
Mike,
Saf says make Beyblade Plus again.
No.
How about we never do that?
Yo, can we ban that guy, Bunch?
Disinformation?
Who?
Mike, Saf FG in the chat saying we should make Beyblade Plus again.
Is that Mike Saftig?
I think so, isn't it?
No.
I could be wrong.
Yeah, you are.
Oh, meteors are out. Sets up the teleport mix behind it. Unfortunately, ends up in the corner, but we do get the starter here. 5D, JD, nothing really comes to it, but off of the staggers, we come out. I love how Mike Saftig came out of the woodwork just to clarify that it was not.
That's not me. I don't. I don't.
That is now
prescribe.
4 sources.
He gave
Four
up
sources.
He gave up his lurker status just to
didn't.
say, yo, that's not me, bro.
He didn't get the Butler the comment, so he wasn't lurking. He's talked in chat before. Mike just wanted to make sure that, you know, we knew he was not about making Beyblade Plus again. That's all Mike wanted to know.
Yo, let me power up my lurkers real quick.
Burst already being forced out of Lapriz. It's just, once you get hit by that from Nago, you have to. You cannot let the rest of that combo come through.
I did not know that command was in there, Bunch. That's wild. Oh my god, Mini Faust came from another time zone.
He's trying to get, you know, all the good vibes in before, you know, Mini Blanca comes out and steals all his thunder for being actually useful.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Oh, the
It's like
banana
that.
peel! The backdash from Lapriz set it up so perfectly. Red RC up. There's no burst. Can you get this done? No, they drop it off the close slash, but they pick it up. They pick it up. Accidental, but they got it.
All right, set point for Lapriz. Gonna have to see if Jen is gonna be able to make something happen here, swing this back into their favor, maybe weather the storm. I like that 6P choice there. Thought the 6H was gonna connect, but it was a little bit too late. Oh no, fall onto the trumpet. We're throwing out all the items. We're gonna be stuck for it. No, actually, we just lazily float over.
Do a second bomb? All right. Oh! It sets the Afro on fire. Chucks it at him. Jen's gonna have to hold that. This is huge. Lapriz just needs a little bit more.
Yeah, this is definitely a strong spot to be in. But it's Nagoriyuki in level 3 blood with a little bit of bar. This can absolutely happen. The problem is you need to try to contend with all of this. There's a reason Lapriz is in zoner mode right now. I don't like that as soon as I said that, you teleported in, Lapriz.
Yeah.
Now you have to deal with this. There is no burst. There is no nothing. But Jen is going to pop blood. No, that 2H actually saves them.
Oh, and now you
5H
die.
counter hit. Oh,
They
my
don't
God,
die?
it was a little bit. So 5H counter hit was the starter, but they were on the ground when it happened, so they didn't actually juggle high enough up to get the full combo, and just a mash 5P like can struggle if at round start MJKurase is able to back off and start running the zoning game. It's going to be harder. I suppose the difference is the zoning game is inherently weaker than it was pre-patch, so it's probably not as effective of a long-term solution, which could force the issue and force MJKurase to try to move in, but they get to move in covered by, you know, their own guns. So
Yeah.
are we letting the intros rock here? Okay,
The puppet gun.
I'm not giving you that.
I don't care.
It doesn't even leave his person.
No, but the bullet does. So I guess if you want to be semantic about it, it's, you know, puppet bullets.
You know, that makes Ryu a puppet character, right?
No, because it's a fireball. That's different.
All right, then it
that
makes
has travel
Deadshot
time.
a puppet character.
That has travel time. The bullets are hit scan.
I don't like it.
Not vibing. Not vibing. You can actually make the bullet miss.
You can make the bullet miss, but it's not the bullet missing, it's the reticle missing.
Wrong.
Interesting. Here we go. We got Angxiii back against the wall. P2 corner. Trying to get out.
All right, Beyblade trying to press the issue. We spent so much blood gauge. That's not going to be enough. Say goodbye. All right. No, actually, that's smarter. I was going to say, oh, if you just pop to JSX, they die, right? But I think the blood loss might not persist through.
I think it pauses too, doesn't it?
Yeah, no, I think you're right. So actually, MJKurase is just infinitely smarter than me, and that's why they're in winner's side top 16. And I'm just saying incorrect things on the mic for people.
Yeah, I mean, if you have a command grab, use the command grab. If you have infinity combos like Happy Chaos does, use those. We got the BRC Goombas.
Dash cancel. That was dash cancel, jump cancel, BRC instant overhead. Back up against the corner. We only have 2 bullets left in the chamber. YRC comes back from Angxiii, who I don't like that commitment into the command grab. You had blood to play with. You should have pressed the issue and put MJKurase a little bit more on the back foot. We're concentrating. We still only got 1 bullet left. Back throw on the PRC forward drift.
And look at that damage. Gets hit by the third part of the target combo. It's a mix in and of itself. But, oh, you just got shot. You got shot. Oh, but there are no bullets. MJKurase running out of shots. And then it's the 2K.
Oh, my God. Yeah, MJKurase wanted to steal another turn, didn't want to cover the next thing with a bullet. So the 2K there, a really smart 2K out of Angxiii.
Running low on bullets, though. MJKurase only going to be able to reload 2. Already spends all 3. And with no knockdown, they can't reload. They have to get a knockdown. There it is. All right. Forward throw. Always going to be coming in handy there.
Oh, so another early command grab. So, you know, the hope here, as I say all the time, is if you pop command grab like that, be really aggressive with your blood gauge and build yourself way back up. You have more blood than you think that you would.
No.
Close slash connect.
You're dead.
Right into the overdrive. That's going to be able to close out the round, and game 1 is going to go to Angxiii.
I mean, I think even without overdrive, you have plenty of damage there. But, yeah, throws that in. Gets the guaranteed kill. Obviously, you can't take the meter with you, especially between games. But, yeah, Angxiii doing a really good job of taking the turns as they come to him, right? Like, they wait. They take their turn. They're watching MJ, you know, Kurase, like, just shoot, right? They are just shooting. And so they're spending a lot of time at 3 or less bullets, which means that if they do get a hit, it's not going to be the most optimal combo. If they block, or if Angxiii blocks, you're not blocking forever. It's only 3 shots. Like, they're going to have to stop and reload or go for the throw to get the reload.
Getting over a burst has to come out here from Angxiii in order to try to make something happen. The amount of respect you need, like, you're never actually done blocking against Happy Chaos. There's always bullets, but there's only 1 bullet left in the clip. Just like that, we have to be able to take our turn. Actually used the extra frame advantage from the red RC to get a reload in there, did MJKurase, and that's what kept them from getting staggered through. You see that they're getting a little bit more inventive with where they're choosing to make these decisions to stagger into extra reloads, because Angxii's already demonstrated that they can sneak through really delayed options.
Curse applied. Oh, that was nice timing coming in there from Angxiii. Had the perfect read coming through.
Oh.
Great counter hit, though. Buys space, buys time. Gets an actual full reload coming in.
Oh, cross up, roll with the bullet. Sarai, my friend. There's the concentration. Oh, cross up into the additional overhead. Only 1 bullet left in the clip, and you're back at the corner, though. 6P doesn't quite work out. There was a weird delay there. Backdash into target combo. We've earned a little bit of blood here on the side of Angxiii, but now they're stuck in only level 1 blood, and it's going down. That ground game is a little bit weaker. Curse is gone. Oh, no. Curse did manage to reapply.
Full combo coming through. RC to make it the safe option, but this is scary. The caveat here, Nagoriyuki has some of the best defense in the game. If not, actually, they might actually have the best. Like, overall defense with effective HP. But if you get 6
layers
S like that, you are gonna die.
That was absolutely bonkers. The layers. Red RC backdrift to bait an option out of Angxiii. Angxiii is baited, uses YRC, and then the fact... I'm not even sure... I don't know if I want to give MJKurase the credit of saying that them throwing Curse Ball was a burst bait.
I honestly never know. It's just chaos incarnate at that point, right? Like... Who knows? Nobody knows. I'm sure the Happy Chaos player doesn't even know at that point. They're trying to get the curse applied. They got the burst instead, and they're like, oh, neat. We take those.
Well, so it's not... The thing is, when you apply the curse, you throw the ball, Happy Chaos sort of skips backwards.
Yeah.
So it was that skip back that made the burst whiff and was the burst bait. My only thing was, I don't know if it was a deliberate choice in order to bait the burst or not.
Nobody knows, Brad. Nobody knows. But we got back throws now coming in here for Angxiii, and they get to apply some pressure. The problem is their pressure has not been airtight. That hurts. That was so much damage.
2H counter hit starter is like among the best thing that you can do to equalize this game for yourself. 2K 2D finds the 6H after. Really trying to pester. These 2Ks have been a really important tool for Angxiii to represent. Fast and low is something that's been causing MJKurase little bits of trouble.
And now they're out of bullets.
Okay. That was a black beat combo even, so there was something in there where it looked like MJKurase got caught out with something that maybe shouldn't have happened. But, you know, Angxii's definitely going to take that, just like they're going to take this huge momentum. You wanted to apply the curse, but instead you got Beybladed. I let it rip, and we went all the way to the corner. Getting out of the corner, though, was MJKurase.
We got to get the wall splat, goes for the slum, builds up a little bit of concentration and some bullets. And how many overheads can you block? And then you just go low? Granted, they're out of bullets. This is actually... It could have been problematic.
No, we set out the shadow clone. We managed to reload basically the whole clip. We do get this reset here, though, and the YRC is getting baited. MJKurase is definitely playing much more mindfully of the defensive options than Angxiii has been. And I think that's a testament to how frustrating it is to play against Happy Chaos. When you finally do get in, it feels bad to try to construct your pressure around defensive choices, because if you're wrong, you surrender your turn. And it's like, all right, well, I at least want to, you know, they're either going to spend the resource or I'm going to get a boatload of damage. But then you reset back to neutral, it just feels bad. And, you know, as the set goes longer and you see these defensive choices going that way for so long, you really start to wish that one of the players was innovating around it a little bit better. MJKurase has a dominant position here. Beyblade all the way from downtown.
Is it enough, though? It's not looking like it. We are going to have, you know, 100 tension in the back pocket. Brain Blast coming in. Has another one in the back pocket. Not even going to need it.
You ever just casually get crossed up from full screen because they dashed forward under the cover of gunfire and then crossed you up from an entire screen lengths away?
It's insanity. It's insanity that Kurasa, or not Kurasa, Happy Chaos can provide their own suppressing fire. Right? Like, you imagine running at the enemy, being your own suppressing fire? It's whack. Top tier privilege, though. You know, Happy Chaos things. But yeah, I mean, the roll mix... I'm torn on the roll mix because it's obviously incredibly strong. It's very difficult to get the timing right on your blocks. I think someone last week said that if you're frame perfect on it, it's basically unblockable. And I don't know how to truly feel about it, because I look at it compared to like the 5D gunshot, and I'm like, I don't know. I feel like 5D gunshot's kind of grimier.
I mean, I don't know. In a game where high-low stuff is pretty frequent, and there's usually at least a couple of frames that you can try to fuzzy. Like, it's rare to find, you know, really true you know, same frame high-low setups in this game. To my knowledge, at least. Maybe someone's going to correct me in the chat and be like, no, idiot. In which case, yes, thank you. I would love to be told if I'm wrong.
What's
so
up, Vince?
this left-right definitely looks grimier in that it's comparatively unique. And I mean, even you expect it out of layout, right? Because you're expecting left-right. That's built into his kit.
But I mean, yeah, the cross-up shenanigans that Happy Chaos brings to the table, like, yeah, man, that is super grimy. And it's... Angxii's been struggling with it, and you can see that Kurase has...
Same thing.
Yeah, they've recognized it. They're like, you can't block this. I'm going to keep doing it. Because you can't block it.
I mean, my same thing remark was about how many times MJKurase has managed to, and I'm just watching on the playback, you know, dash forward. I actually wonder if they're watching their Zaylon versus Mike Saftig.
Zaylon on that P1 side, Mike P2. Didn't quite get the qualifying they were hoped for, but now, honestly, they could just beat it out of Zaylon, right? Be like, you out-qualified me, got the P1. Nah, I'll see you in loser side.
All right, you can see that
That's
Zaylon
it.
is already firmly in the driver's seat, doing a great job. Oh my God, all these just blocks. Wow, how much lab work has Saftig done in defending against Wrecker pressure out of Chipp?
Oh, that's
'Cause
just
if
Mike.
you
They
You
just
think?
block. No, they just block everything. Like, they are an animal.
Well, so what I was gonna say is they were getting the just defense, which keeps Chipp closer in, so it makes the stagger pressure weaker.
Yeah, I mean, look at that. Forces at the wire seat. And again, just block. Just defense. First available again for Mike. Thought they had the frames.
Yep, had to. Oh, the attempt at the early JD out of Mike Saftig, reading an earlier air-to-air choice out of Zaylon, and it does not work out. Zaylon is able to close out that first round. And they're in a strong position at the start of this next round as well.
Ooh.
Oh,
Mike getting the DP there. Hate to see it. Gets crossed up as well into the corner. Uzumaki barrage. Scaling is off the charts with that overdrive, but that's not why you do it. You need the positive bonus. You need the safe jump. And using the safe jump against Soul Badguy, it's kind of disrespectful, right?
Ooh.
Because Soul Badguy doesn't get one.
yep. The quick low off the Bandit Bringer, though. Oh, 5P Red RC. The Abare working out for Zaylon as they close out the first game. Saftig was in the driver's seat for a moment there, found the starter on the fast fall low after Bandit Bringer, but it's not gonna end up working out. Here's the thing. Yeah, you can kill Chipp hella easily with the damage that Soul Badguy has on the table. In order to do so, you need to hit him.
Yeah, you can't be getting hit and do damage, right? There's no thorns, no thorn mail. I'm trying to think of something else.
I mean, clearly you're thinking of League.
Well, no, because Thorns is, World of Warcraft. It's a druid spell.
Oh, I wouldn't know that. Early JKs out of Zaylon has to bring out the reversal. Oh my God, reversal comes out for Zaylon as well. Wants to answer back. We are just visiting 623 here.
Yeah, we're getting some time in. Oh, the 5K
What a
3
call out.
frame. It's so fast. It's the fastest button in the game.
Oh, the fast low. We're going to get the pickup at the wall here. Zaylon is not going to spend the burst.
And you saw Mike trying to bait out burst DP, something like that, and unfortunately they put themselves between Chipp and the wall. Gets punished for it. Safe jump. Gets hit. Good night.
Are we going to have the damage here? Oh my God! Volcanic Viper 6K was supposed to be the answer, but we were ready!
Mike was too ready. Mike was ready to let it rock. That's some of that Soul Badguy spice that you have to bring to the table. And just raw Fafnir too. Mike's ready. Mike is just ready to push buttons.
Oh my God. S Viper whips, has to spin the burst in order to keep themselves safe, but is in the driver's seat so far in this round and is doing a much better job of placing these preemptive pokes and calling out Zaylon for trying to press the issue and move in. Game 2 goes to Mike Saftig.
Pretty dominantly, too. That was some crazy stuff coming in there. I mean, round 1 DP in and of itself was kind of wild, but then everything after he's just pushing buttons. He's like, all right, if Chipp's gonna go full Abare and just try and mash out on everything because he is a 3-framer, I can do the same thing. I'm Soul Badguy. I got protagonist privilege.
Right, as we load in, we're gonna have to see, is Zaylon gonna be able to find an answer? I mean, one of the things that Saftig has been doing has been a lot of, and we saw it there, earlier far slashes to try to represent, you know, more preemptive buttons on the ground, and it leads to big starters. Oh, nice whiff punish forces the burst out of Zaylon.
I think he just DP'd Zaylon's DP.
I'm watching on the playback.
We got the BRC forward. Big combo coming out of Zaylon. Ends up same side in the cross up again. Everything just working out here so far. Forward throw. Gets the 50 tension over onto Mike's side, but he's just going to climb the wall.
Wow, what a great call there. It's wild how much of the set looks like it's being determined by who can make the other's DP whiff and find the punish. Both have comparatively fast recoveries on these. I know we've all seen the meme about like S Viper and how it just doesn't have recovery.
No safe jump that time, but positive bonus is pretty important in this matchup. Chipp loves having a little bit of positive bonus, right? You get that 50 tension faster. You can go for these mix-ups.
Clean hit. Oh, you're dead. Are you actually dead? No. Thankfully, the wall slump actually keeps Zaylon alive because Saftig is going to need one more hit. PRC, but there was no anti-air. That was too big of a projectile for you to anti-air. I'm sorry, Mr. President. You have to get down.
Mike loves that move. Mike loves coming down from the heavens in a fiery fist of hell and just ruining his opponent's day. Like, it's so funny. And what's great, he's so good at it. This is like definitely a thing that he's labbed out because he'll go cross up with it. He'll time it, you know, in such a way that people just get caught by it, right? Like they don't, how are you going to expect to just raw mid screen like that?
Right, went for 5K there. If the second hit had connected, maybe we would have gotten more out of it. Oh, okay. The early buttons now coming out of Zaylon trying to shut some stuff down. Goes for the red RC after the flip kick. Connects with the extra low. The backdash works out there for Saftig, I'm sorry, who finds a big counter hit starter.
Oh no!
Are we gonna have the damage in the back? No, not enough off of the JD. Has the life advantage, but you're scared of doing anything right now.
Oh, it still not works out. But it's gonna be the 2K finally at the end there from Zaylon to take the game. I was waiting on a DP from either one of them, honestly. I was expecting like run up DP from again either of them. Like it would not have been out of character.
All right, wow, 2-1 here for Zaylon over Mike Saftig, and you had alluded earlier to, you know, how many times we've gotten to watch Mike Saftig here at Casa, one of the stronger soul players that comes through our brackets, and just this is an absolute slugfest of a match. It's a little bit hard to even try to be like, well, what do you have to do to make the adjustment? Just like they're playing at such a breakneck pace. It's really a question of like, I mean, one slightly different combo pickup in like one context is really the difference between being able to close out these rounds or not, based on how much damage Saftig has available to. Look at that.
Yeah, gets the 5K
Clean
wake up
50%
too.
off rip.
You're actually not dead. The scaling on the second Fafnir there keep.
Wow. You thought.
Disrespectful. Bad mannered all around. He is indeed a bad man.
He's the bad guy. We all know this. He wears it on the belt.
I thought the belt said something else. I thought it said
What does his belt say?
I thought it said,
I don't think it says BAM. No.
Whose belt says BAM?
That's Overwatch.
That's Overwatch. Oh my god.
Wow.
Nasty.
Oh no.
His belt says free.
Yeah,
okay.
that's what his says. I don't know, not a whole lot looking free right now. The extra overhead works out, but uh-oh. Okay. Zaylon was able to close that one out. This is now set point here for Zaylon.
and they're running it. That was a very quick round for them. They took full advantage of the opportunities presented to them. Let's see what Mike gives them this time, though, right? Like, that first round for Mike, crazy. It was lightning quick. You're
Had to
bursting
bring
there?
out the burst. Yeah, you remember what I said earlier? I was like, so much of the set is about who can whiff punish a DP. That's been virtually everything. Is Zaylon gonna have a burst bait here for Mike Saftig?
Mike with the fast RC, double overhead. Even did both parts of the Bandit Bringer. Just full sending it there with the RC.
All right, we're going to game 5.
Actually, I think that was the revolver. I think I got it mixed up. But still, like, it's game 5. Oh, again. The players are so lit up tonight. They're playing their hearts out. Every player going the distance. Have we had a set not go 3-2 on stream?
MJ versus Angxiii.
Oh, Angxiii went 3-1.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I was like, I believe we had 1.
I think that's it, though. I think everything else on stream has been 3-2.
It's been either 3-1 or 3-2 the whole night.
Oh, big starter there coming in. Gets the burst bait.
Oh, what a burst bait! Goodbye. It's not the
And the
biggest
DP!
pickup. Jesus! Saftig is sniffing packets right now.
Oh, we are loaded to the gills on G Fuel. Gets the
Right,
knockdown.
Success. Nothing really comes of it. Zaylon on the back foot with no defensive resources. But
Oh,
no!
no!
Saftig overcommits. Momentum burst is not going to work out for them.
Oh, but they dropped the Alpha Blade. This is an opportunity. Gets the far slash. DP doesn't get the 5K pickup, giving Zaylon a chance. They got to make the most of it. They got 50 tension. 5K
Recognition.
anti-air.
It's the anti-air. What did I say earlier about Zaylon's last match? I said if somebody is able to deal with J2K, it's going to be a big problem. That could have been huge, but it's game 5. It's a little bit late for it to come out. Is Zaylon going to be able to close out this round? The tricky stuff, we're not going to have the damage in the back. Saftig can still close this off of, like, any hit. We are going to get that pickup, and we're going to a final round.
Final game, final round. Winner goes into winner side top 8. And that ended up on the opposite side. Which way were you supposed to block that?
Yes. Yes was the way you were supposed to block that. Saftig with the big starter, 5K, 2K, has the corner position. Very little in the way of defensive resources here for Zaylon, who spent a whole lot of their tension on FD to try to get a little bit of breathing room there as well. Has burst on the table again.
But you have to spend it as soon as you get hit, just like that. Whereas Mike will get another one if they even don't kill. Closes it out.
Wow. What a close set, but Mike Saftig closes it out. Sorry for all the Zaylon fans.
But yeah, we got our next matchup on stream. This is the final top 16 winner side matchup. JazzPanther going up against Teez, and it is Zato versus Ramlethal. Not a fun matchup, I should say.
Yeah, I'm going to be really intrigued to see how... It's hard. Let me know if you guys do this. When you watch a set and you actually play one of the characters in it, it's really hard to not explicitly think about it from the frame of view of the character that you play. So it's like, yeah, Ramlethal's probably going to do stuff. I wonder what JazzPanther is going to do. I wonder how they're going to deal with it. I wonder what I can study and learn.
Yeah, I mean, this is, you know, if you can dodge the swords, which so far, honestly, the players have been really good at doing. Those of them that we've seen play against Ramlethal. And oh man, this is a tough spot to find yourself in.
Okay, JazzPanther's running the same offense we saw when they played earlier, which is, hey, how willing are you to just eat shit when I put a pose right in your face? And right now, Teez is looking pretty hungry to eat all those command grabs. That was 2 for 2.
I mean, honestly, what does Ramlethal have to counter it with, right? Like, the oppose is right there. Her buttons aren't insane. Her fastest button's 5 frames. Like, it's a tough spot to be in, I guess, because if you try to jump, maybe you get caught in your jump frames with the snakes, and that's no fun.
So what some people try to do and put on the mental stack is you see a pose, and then they'll dash forward and back throw. Ooh, reversal comes out from Teez.
And the
but
back throw.
Like, you'll like dash forward back throw, and you'll go through a pose because it doesn't have an active hitbox until the snakes come out.
Yeah.
So if they're gonna, a pose is coming out, it's rare that a Zato is gonna put out a pose and then hit buttons behind it. Because the whole point is to bait something.
I love seeing that move, the overhead swing from Ramlethal. It's just not used enough. Daisuke, can we get some better frame data on that, please?
I felt
No.
like going into the patch, I had every expectation that was supposed to be like a jump height air-to-air move, because it seemed like they were, tweaking the upwards hitbox of like far slash and far H.
Oh, you're exploding. Your health bar is not of this world anymore.
Yep, well, we have reset back to neutral. We're still on the back foot.
Oh, you're
Oh, the
dead.
burst gets baited with the PRC, and the first game is going to go to Teez.
That's true. I like watching fighting games, and I like watching people's health bars explode.
I need the record to show, and this is going to be like in the YouTube, and I hope this gets clipped, but Doc just casually got flung by Bunch from the chat to say he doesn't play fighting games, and Doc said, yup.
To be fair, you can ignore the things I say about frames, but frames are also a social construct, so you can ignore what anybody says about
No.
frames.
I'm going to go ahead and put a stop to that right there.
Yeah, they're not a social construct.
The frames aren't. The RPS around them is a social construct.
They can be adjusted.
Wow, that 6P was awkward. I'm surprised
You
that
see how he just
JK...
tried to casually pivot away? from
Listen,
the
I'm trying to talk about the
expose
match,
happening right
Brad.
now?
I'm trying to do my job, not being disrespectful and
That's a first.
flaming my co-commentator.
Right, we're not going to have the tension drive in the back to get a whole lot more out of this. What's it going to be at the round start position? Just backing off, needs to get the Eddie gauge back. Nice air throw tech there, and JazzPanther's in a really strong spot here. No, tried to put out leap. It looks like JazzPanther's going to need to try to use some different tools to get Eddie out than just throwing out leap.
Oh, we got
So
drills.
we see Pearson to drill that time.
That was a really awkward PRC coming in from Teez, too. I have to imagine they wanted red, and they were just a couple frames too late. So they saw Zato fall to the floor, and they just kind of looked wishfully at what could have been. But they finally dodge a command grab just to get hit by snakes. 2P interrupt. 2P is good for everybody. It's so good. Sword toss.
Oh, nice YRC. That's one of the things, I mean, it's like the best defensive choice you can try to use as Zato. You have two choices, right? Oh, no, gets smoked by the reversal overdrive in the back foot immediately. You want to hang on to that burst, try to make it happen. I imagine JazzPanther's going to try to play this a little bit greedy and save the burst for the next round if they can. And that was the wise thing to do. At the health value that Teez was at, it was definitely possible to turn it into a two-touch, or if you got like a counter hit 2H, you could have closed it out, so.
Yeah, and I mean, we're seeing a very early burst here, so technically they could get super lucky and have a second one by the end of this round, which is going to be the end of the game. But if they get another pickup like that, they're not going to need it. Command grab makes it basically a one-touch game.
It depends on the touch. 2P start, go right into leap. Blocks the second overhead this time. It
That'll
wasn't
do
ready
it.
to block the Pierce after. We are going to have Amorphous to close it out. One game apiece. JazzPanther versus Teez.
Teez is... I like how Teez is representing the Mortabato just, like, randomly. Like, I don't mean randomly, but, like, they're just throwing it in there when they know that the setup's fake. Like, they're not trying to hang on to it, you know, the 50 tension to do something else with it. They're just like, this isn't real. I don't have to block this. Take, 55% damage because I said so. Also, what's up, Trufolio? Thank you for the raid. Hope you guys had a good stream. Thank you for coming through. Check out the match arena while you're here. We got a couple codes left. Saved them just for you. That hurts, Brad. That is a lot of damage.
It is, but, I mean, JazzPanther can try to press the issue here. You definitely don't
you
run
did.
the burst at this point. Yeah, you just accept your losses at this point. All right, I mean, if it really, so much of Zato is you have to try to get into your win condition, which is having momentum and getting Eddie out. And from a round start position, you're already sort of on the back foot against Ramlethal. Oh, the Excalibur is going to whiff punish the burst.
That was
So
awkward.
So no burst. In fact, the burst didn't even connect.
And you're dead.
So
No, you're not dead. The
no,
sword.
we're not, because it didn't break the wall. 5D is going to connect at the very end of the drill. And JazzPanther is in such a strong position here, so long as you're able to contend with this round start position. A nice whiff punish out of Teez.
Nice timing, though. But we got the 2P Abare coming out of Zato. It's so good. The dude's got a good spike there. But now that you're in this corner, they just get out for free. All right, I was gonna say, what do they do in the corner? And the answer is they just jump out. They don't have to be there.
Right? Ooh, I like that. Starting to cycle in a pose after Pierce because of how difficult it has been. Oh, but because you block it, Eddie's gonna get reset.
And it pushes you pretty far. Like, it's not a wimpy pushback, but
Yeah, it wasn't gonna have the damage,
Snakes.
so it seems like JazzPanther's decision was to wait it out. The Snakes does connect. We get the wall break here, but this reset is actually not ideal for JazzPanther. We've got a bar. That's why we're going for throws. Oh, do we have the damage on deck here
yeah.
for Teez?
oh yeah,
Jesus.
that's Ramlethal, baby.
Wow.
Zato also not one of the tankier characters in the game, so they don't survive a lot. But honestly, the biggest problem for them there was taking 2 throws. That did so much damage and basically sealed the round for him. But also, it's like you can't really tech in this game, really. Like, you can, but what I mean by that is, like, if you just whiff throw, that's 38 frames of recovery, so you die. So it's
Yeah.
so risky to actually attempt a tech.
Well, and additionally, the only defensive choices that JazzPanther had on them at the time was YRC. So you go for throws, and all of that damage is it would be burst safe, but even more importantly, it doesn't provide a chance for JazzPanther to do any counterplay. And you're right, you're really de-incentivized to throw tech in this game based on how dangerous it is. Speaking of dangerous, JazzPanther's in a dangerous situation. You have to contend with that. Wow, the throw game has opened way the hell up.
It's a problem. It is a huge problem right now for JazzPanther. They need a solution immediately because it's a set point here for Teez. They just need to close out this last round, and they're going to escape pretty cleanly. A 6P, not the end of the world. If you can dodge out on Frog and not worry about it, and they actually hop over the attempt. Oh no.
Oh my god. Is Teez just going to play throws the game? Okay, that gold burst actually is not bad here for JazzPanther. Although you're still stuck on the back foot. Yes, you need a YRC there.
Oh no.
But because it was in the air, it's that much harder.
They got lucky, and then they got unlucky. They got lucky that the close slash went the wrong way and didn't actually get a pickup. And then they got immediately unlucky by getting exploded by the sword again.
Yeah, that's a real shame, but any of these counterpokes that Itachi's Legacy is throwing out, wow, the patience to wait for the kite, but still comes down with a button, does Itachi's Legacy. Are we going to stay same side? Yes, we are. We're going to go for the throw on the reset. A second throw? That was going to be 3.
Yes. You always go for 3,